Today I'm going to be playing a grand campaign as Tuscany in EU4. Our goals are to conquer the entirety of the Venice, Genoa, Ragusa, Valencia, and Tunis trade nodes, and only that, all while becoming the tallest empire by developing everything optimally and building the right buildings in the meantime. For our secondary goal, we also needed to form Tuscany, which we already did when we started as Florence, and we also need to finish by forming Italy, and we need to participate in the War of the Protestant League. This is where we left off last time. The leagues have formed, we only have a little conquest to go. We need to fight the Ottomans, the Pope, France, and Austria, so it's only the big wars left. This is part 3 of 3. Check out parts 1 and 2 if you haven't already. Links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. But for now, let's jump into our final episode of this grand campaign as Florence, Tuscany, and finally Italy. Alright, here we are back as Tuscany for the final time, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we left off last time. We conquered a bunch of things, pretty much wrapped up the Valencia trade node, everything that Aragon owned in it. We need to still annex Catalonia. We need to fight the Ottomans, who also have the Eyalet of Tunis right here, or Tripoli, so we do need to take all of that from them. Then I'm planning on breaking the alliance with France, fighting France for everything that they have in the Genoa and Valencia trade nodes. Then I guess we're gonna go for the Pope as well to form Italy, and we're gonna be sticking with Austria at least until the War of the Protestant League fires, if it does fire. Now, this is obviously something we can't control in our scenario, since we're on the Catholic side. Only the Protestant leader can declare the war. So unless these guys feel that they are stronger than us, we won't really be able to participate. That's the only RNG thing. So yeah, I was hoping that the Protestant guys would be stronger, but I guess they're not feeling it right now. But either way, this is where we are, man. We are number 2 on the great powers list, behind the Ottomans and ahead of Russia, even though we're really not that big at all. This is all we own, making an absolute boatload of money right here. As we can see, most of it coming in from production, but everything is pretty balanced due to the balancedness of my deving right here. Yeah, pretty large armies as well. We got 2 of these guys down, nice fleets as well. So yeah, I think we just need to move along here by annexing Catalonia, which was what I've already started doing. And let's see which one of these 2 guys, France and the Ottomans, will be easier to fight first. The Ottomans are an absolute behemoth, so it's gonna be tough dealing with them. Nevertheless, let's move on. Now, we did have a coalition last time due to some expansion, but I guess all of those guys have just left. So yeah, coalition has disbanded. It's really not a problem anymore. No matter who we fight, these guys won't really be that interested in what we have to take, unless we go hard on the Pope. But I'm thinking we chill with the Pope. Ooh, lots of soldiers, households we can put down in all of the grain and livestock provinces. Nice. But yeah, if you're wondering, man, we did flip to a monarchy last time because I thought it makes sense, you know, because we're doing a sort of a role play type campaign as well. You know, the Medicis have been in charge of Florence and Tuscany this whole time, so we got Emperor Cosimo II right here. It only made sense from a roleplay perspective to flip to a monarchy once we got that event. And this is how far along we are in the gov reforms, pretty close to our final one. This is where we are in the ideas, innovative Pluto, infrastructure, and quality filled out, and the mission tree is pretty much done. The only thing we need to do is end the Genoese competition by taking Nizza here from France, which of course we will be doing. And when we do form Italy, we won't be taking Italian ideas. We will get the Italian mission tree, but sticking with Tuscan ideas with our playing tall roots right here, I feel like is the right way to go. And ladies and gentlemen, the War of the Protestant League has started, which is absolutely insane. It's crazy because you don't even get a pop-up for it, but Saxony did feel bold enough to declare on Bohemia, actually, who is the current emperor. It's not even Austria. They haven't been for a while now, but these guys are actually stupid. Why did they feel like they're more powerful, man? We outnumber them in infantry, we outnumber them in cav, we outnumber them in artillery. Is it because Bohemia was involved in something else? They weren't. They weren't doing anything else, but Saxony still felt bold enough to declare. All right, well, I mean, we're definitely going to be winning this, boys. So there we go. There's our little bonus goal about to be accomplished pretty soon. I am definitely going to participate in this. I'm not just going to stand around. Obviously, Russia and the Kalmar Union here, which actually it's not the Kalmar Union, it's Denmark and Norway, and then Sweden is separate, is going to be the most annoying to piece out. Russia is actually absolutely huge for 1595, actually having a good game. And yeah, no other real big powers participating in this. We don't have Britain, we don't have France, we don't have Castile/Spain, no Ottomans, no Hungary, no Poland. So a relatively small one, even on the map, if you don't look at Russia. But yeah, boys, let's get involved. And you know, I think the right thing to do here is to become defender of the Catholic faith. We will defend our brethren. Not a very strong Reformation at all. this campaign, I gotta say. Yeah, war's going all right, man. Lots of battles currently converging in the Teutons right here. Ansbach and Dortmund have just been pieced out. We've pretty much sieged down everyone over here. We can see Bohemia sieging Dithmarschen. No one's really focusing on Denmark, but no big deal. My other army is in Kolberg, and with this army, I'm walking in to do some battles. I might even go push with this one in Russia. Now, you guys know, because the AI is incompetent really with piecing out, that they're gonna push this to like 100% until only Saxony is left. So, you know, some of these guys have been sieged down for so long, man, because, you know, they were right here. Everyone ganged up on them, but they haven't been pieced out. Bohemia will be super slow in piecing out these small guys. They're gonna want to fully 100% occupy Russia, then piece them out. They're gonna want to fully siege these guys to piece them out until only Saxony is left. So even though, you know, from a player perspective, if we were the emperor or the main Protestant guy, it will be super easy to end this war. Just knock out all of these guys, and then, you know, you get like whatever on Saxony and you piece them out. But, you know, this war started 1595. A player could have it end 1599. The AI is gonna let it go for like 10-15 years. But a nice way to start this third episode, man. I can say I'm digging it. You know, a little break from the conquering and the deving and the building to get involved in an actual huge war before we get involved into an even bigger one. The Ottomans are absolutely massive this game, man. Really, really powerful. One of the strongest Ottomans I've seen recently, but they have downsized their army, and they don't have some annoying allies, which... And if France helps me out in this, which I don't think they will, the distant war and attitude, yeah. Austria should, though. Austria should help me out, and I will need help, man, because, you know, our force limit ain't that big, and we're pretty far off from taking quantity or whatever, so... We'll see, boys. It's gonna be tough. But, of course, we can't let too much time go by without deving our cheapest provinces, you know, or, sorry, our least dev provinces. Look, they're actually not, you know, all of these other ones, they start off with 13, man. So, you know, let's pour some mill points into these poorer provinces and elevate them. Hell yeah. And look, we're actually at 100% on Saxony. They can be pieced out, but that's just how stupid the AI is, man. They don't want to separate piece Regensburg, Nuremberg, Stettin, Friesland, or whatever. They can go ahead and declare Catholic official right now. They're just not doing it. It's just how it is. Oh well. Well, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. There we go. Saxony accepted peace with their former enemies, Bohemia. So they cede a bunch of land, and Catholic becomes the official faith of the Holy Roman Empire. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the Emperor is triumphant. We've helped the Emperor, which I thought was going to be Austria, but is actually Bohemia, make Catholic official, and that's a bonus goal accomplished. Excellent, man. I'm so glad we got that out of the way, because, you know, when the leagues formed last time, and I mentioned this at the start of the video, why did Saxony declare? I still don't know. Did they, I don't know, did they think Russia on their side with all this manpower is gonna help? No. Hell yeah, Catholic Empire, baby. And boys, let me know what you think about this, man. I'm thinking about doing Russia for my next grand campaign, you know, back to a sort of grand conquest one where we're pretty much gonna conquer like everything from the Russia region down to here, and then maybe we go like this: Pontic Steppe, Caucasia, Central Asia, Mongolia to Manchuria, or maybe I even go for Anatolia, Caucasia, Persia, and Khorasan, even grander than that. You know, something like this, colonize the entirety of Cascadia, you know, convert it all to Orthodox, something like that, like super grand conquest, Orthodox campaign. I feel like we haven't done a massive blubber in that style. I know we did like the Roman Empire and France conquering all of Europe and stuff like that, but I feel like this is like truly super manpower focused, you know, huge armies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my thinking for my next grand campaign, man. Russia, probably a 4-parter it's gonna be. The only thing I'm debating on is whether to go for Anatolia, Caucasia, Persia, and Khorasan too, or stop the border sort of here, you know? Just like that. So yeah, let me know what you think about Russia for the next grand campaign. I'm also planning to do Austria and the Mamluks and maybe Sweden eventually. I know we're keeping it super Europe-centric right now, but, you know, I feel like with EU5 coming around in like, I don't know, a year or something like that, that we're truly running out of time to do the big guys in EU5 and you guys, in EU4, sorry, and you guys really seem to be enjoying these grand campaigns a lot. So yeah, let me know what you think, and if it's not Russia, tell me who else you'd like to see out of the big European guys. Now, the thing with fighting the Ottomans here, man, and it's gonna be extremely difficult, is I'm more powerful than all my allies, right? Even though I'm not that big, you know, France, only 80k troops. Austria isn't the emperor, only 77k. and the Ottomans with 245k, and they haven't started falling off yet. They will in a couple of decades. Is how do we fight them, man? If I put one army up here and one army over here, you know, I can sort of try and hold them off at Alexandria here, for example. And with this other army, I can try and hold them off in Constantinople by taking all of the Balkans, but they'll still be able to pour in from here. You know, they're gonna come up from down here. It's gonna be so tricky, man. So, I don't know. France would probably never help in this war. Distant war attitude. You know, maybe I can make them try and dislike the Ottomans, you know, reduce opinion and stuff like that, but I don't think that'll work, man. We're gonna have to give it a shot, though. We're gonna have to give it a shot. Stop! If you're enjoying the final part of this Florence to Tuscany to Italy Grand Campaign, why not subscribe? You'll also stay up to date with the future campaigns that I might do. Future Grand Campaigns, that is. You can also suggest them in the comments below. Thank you. Alright, I did make them dislike them with that. Now it's distant war, but this thing, the distant war lies sometimes, man, because once the other guys get in the war, like we in Austria, they might not consider it distant anymore, but it's just too risky. You know, I could declare reconquest right here and then drag in Austria, but I'm still not sure if France would join. Even if we ask them to prepare for war, I think it would take them to like 79, and it'd still be 79-83, but we'll see. Either way, we're not ready. Austria's not ready. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the strat. Just wait, bide our time, do the Ottomans first. Once we're done with the Ottomans, break our alliance with France, and go for France. We could, of course, try and go for the Pope first, but what use would that be? Like, taking all of this isn't gonna make us that much stronger. I'm not taking Italian ideas either way, so... And Catalonia's been annexed. And it's our final gov reform time. I'm just gonna go with legislative houses for +1 free policies. I think with that and with innovative, man, we got like 3 free ones. It's finally university time, which of course is excellent for playing tall. Minus 20% local dev discount, and it doesn't cost a building slot. So we're gonna be putting them down everywhere. And look at this, man. From all the deving, we have 99.089 crown ownership, and everyone's still super happy and they love me. Of course, we don't care about absolutism this campaign, boys, at all, because we're not blobbing. It won't really help in any war, so I'm not even going to think about it at all. But yeah, let's put down universities, baby. The smartest nation in the world, too. Oh, well, this is not good at all. Austria broke the alliance with me, but why, man? I like to rival wants my provinces they want to grab. Okay, that's who we're fighting first, then. It sucks because we do have the Medicis over there, and it's from a roleplay perspective, it's like the family fighting the family. But hey, when has that ever stopped Europeans going to war? So I think we also well, I thought they would be here too because they did have a Medici heir from Austria, but I guess not. You know what? I'm also gonna break my alliance with the Pope, man. There we go. Why am I still there? I shouldn't be there. There we go. We're gonna go for him too. So I guess it's Austria, Pope, maybe Ottomans, and then France, or either France and then the Ottomans. And the age of absolutism is upon us. The Pope's provinces are also extremely devved up, so we will need to pummel this guy for quite a while before we take everything. Okay, so my truces with Austria and the Pope are up, and I've thought about this, boys. I'm actually gonna go for the Pope first here, man, because his provinces are so devved, and we'll have to fight him multiple times, whereas it's only one war versus Austria, so I'd rather, you know, deal with the Pope, then wait for the truce and fight Austria in the meantime, then do the other way around. So, yeah, let's take Rome, boys. We will officially be able to form Italy after that, which means we won't have the penalty for owning Rome. Sure, because we are Catholic, you know, these guys will dislike us and whatnot, but it's something we do have to do. So, there's a declaration on the Pope, ladies and gentlemen. Great relations and mill access. Okay, let me cancel mill access. Send him a scornful insult. Well, we still have absolutely excellent relations, but it is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and declare for Rome. Bohemia is defender of the faith, so I am gonna drag in France right here to help me deal with Bohemia and Castile, even though Bohemia is my ally. There we go, boys. Let's take Rome. Oh. Right. France is absolutely useless. Not only do they got only 83k, but they're probably... And I thought these idiots were gonna help me with the Ottomans. Good thing I put up that third army, bro. I'm gonna have to deal with everyone myself. And France is just gonna cost me war score. Man, this was an annoying ass war. Castile was the least of my problems, man. It was like these minor Bohemia allies because the Pope is in the HRE, but I can only take 2 provinces for now, so I guess we're gonna do like 3-4 wars versus the Pope. It's like 2-2-2, and then whenever I get access to Alençon, I'll get that. But yeah, it's just way too much AE to be taking anymore. It'll get these guys in a coalition, it'll stop me from fighting Austria, so we gotta be patient right here. Just Rome and Terracina from the Pope, And there we go. That's that war with him done. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as we core up Rome right here, we'll be able to form Italy. You know, it's time for a third non-mill idea group right here. And honestly, I don't know what to take, man. We could go trade. The thing is, we don't need the 2 extra merchants from trade along with the other one we're going to get from a policy. Economic would be pretty good. You know, the modifier things and the construction and the goods produced and stuff like that. And the policies aren't bad, man. Discipline with quality. Tax with Pluto. The thing is, the policies with trade are better. Yeah, we can get good, global trade power, goods produced, trade efficiency again, a merchant, regiment discounts, interest per annum. Let's go trade. Why not? And ladies and gentlemen, these 2 provinces have officially been cored up, which means I'm gonna... Okay, I have a truce with the Emperor. I can't get them out of the HRE, but what we can do is form the Italian nation, and there's another goal accomplished. So we had the goal to form Tuscany. That's done. We had the goal to form Italy. That's done. The other goal of the War of the Protestant League is done. Now the only thing that remains is to conquer all of these trade nodes that we set out to do. And we don't fully own any of them, is the funniest part. But we will not abandon our roots because we are staying with the Tuscan ideas, which are excellent for playing tall. However, we did get the absolutely awesome Italian mission tree. Even though I didn't finish the Tuscan one, that whole Genoese mission really wasn't that big of a deal. But let's see the missions we can take. So first, we are rightful heirs, various perma claims, and we get to choose whether to be Roman claimants, or we unlock the Roman ambition, or are up to Roman new age for Italy, government naming. Okay, so since we don't care about, you know, being the true heirs of the Roman guys, and we get the Roman ambition, we don't want to do that. We will get a more tacit approach. New age for Italy, yearly absolutism, max absolutism, and power projection. Excellent. So that's that top part done. Now we gotta adapt our military, 100 mil points, and we get to choose whether to merc or regular army focus. We're gonna regular army focus. We've continued the Renaissance, which means Lucca gets some awesome modifiers and we gain some points. Then we've unified regional economies. Selling titles will give us admin points, and every own province loses autonomy. So I think those were the only missions we could take, man. These are really, the Italian missions are really like geared towards massive conquest and forming the Roman Empire. So not a lot of these will be helping us out in our game, but you know, it's still nice to have and take some additional extra modifiers. So yeah, let's go ahead and state up Lazio. Wait, how did I join the HRE? Yeah, why did I join the HRE? What? I don't get that. Well, this does bump us back down to a duchy. Oh no, we're still an empire. What? I don't get it. How does that happen? Is it because we took Rome and it's in the HRE? Is it because of what? I mean, this is good actually, boys, because we're in the HRE. Let me let a month take over and see if we're still an empire. Yeah, we are still an empire, so we didn't you know, get bumped back down. Let's check that modifier of being Italian and being in the HRE. Oh, that's not it, right? Yeah, that's not it. It should be a bad one. Counter-reformation. No, it's not that. Okay, so this is good. That means when we fight Austria next time, we won't face Bohemia again, who's the emperor. And when we fight the Pope again, it's the same thing. We once again won't face Bohemia, so we're back in. We're back in, and we can even be elected. Dude, that's a way to get force limit and more manpower. And Bohemia, the current emperor, is willing to vote for us. Boys, I think we've just set out to do something new that I didn't expect at all. We left the HRE in like episode 1, but let's ally the electors. Alright, I'm already allied to Bohemia. I've linked with Cologne, Trier, and the Palatinate, but I think I'm also gonna go for Brandenburg here, just so I have 4 non-Bohemia guys. And now it's gonna be tough for them to vote for me because I'm Italian and not German, but we can always give it a shot. Now, with all that done, I think it's time we go for Austria, man. I'm just gonna declare for Trieste right there. We're gonna drag in France and Bohemia. The only thing we want is these 4 provinces right here in Venice. Let's go. France is really dragging us down here again, man. I'm done being allied to these guys. Like, they're so bad this game, it's not even funny. Okay, there we go. Austria is willing to accept. The biggest problem in this war was Britain and their colonies being involved, so they held back a lot of war score from us, and of course France is sucking so much, but there we go, man. The war with Austria is done. There's all of that state, and yeah, finally the first, oh no, I was gonna say the first trade node will be fully conquered, but no, the Pope still has 2 provinces in Venice, so you know, at least after such a long time, we've connected our Balkan holdings with our Italy holdings, and there's another mission. Take the Littoral. And, yeah, further permaclaims, man. Let's core these up. And, France, it's time to ditch these guys, man, because they're pissing me off. Okay, I'll fight France whenever the truce with them is up. Now we're gonna rotate between the Pope and France, I think. And if we can find when to declare on the Ottomans, Jesus, they're so big. They're actually so big. I've also reached my little own personal goal of putting a level 3 center of trade in all of our trade nodes. So we got Venice, we got Valencia, we got Tunis, we got Ragusa, and now I've just bumped up Venice. I was... What? I didn't even invest. Now I got this one, the AE Impact one, but actually it would be useful for the Pope. Alright, truce with the Pope is up. Let's go in against him for 2 more provinces. Good relations again. Frick my life. Man, Brittany, these assholes, they're in every war and they're so annoying. Whatever. Let's declare for... I don't know, it doesn't matter. Urbino? It's their capital, actually, right? Let's not go for Urbino then. Ah, frick, it doesn't matter. Okay, the war is done. Now, unlike previous wars, Spain was actually annoying this time, but it is kind of my fault because I didn't station troops over here. But what we're gonna do with the Pope, man, is take these 3 provinces. I could take all of these, but we still have to fight them again for Avignon, whether they own it or not, because it's in the Genoa trade node. So that is what I'm gonna do. That's the peace out with the Pope. And there we go, just 2 more provinces to conquer from him. Now, these late game wars, man, they're turning into a bit of a slog with these level 5 and 4 forts that are currently up. And in fact, bastions are coming right up to all of these guys. Of course, will be upgrading their forts. The only thing I'm a little satisfied about is that the Ottomans don't really do that when it's time to upgrade forts. As you can see, man, they've deleted a lot of forts in the Balkans. Only Salonik and level 1 Constantinople are there, and everything else that they own is level 2. So it's good. The Ottomans don't do that because they're kind of poor and stuff like that, and you know, they're supposed to technologically decline. So at this point, my armies are stronger than theirs. Or maybe not, I don't know. They got quality and quantity. I've got Pluto, which doesn't really do much, and quality. So, and it's gonna be a while before we get to our next mail idea group. So I don't know, man. It's their manpower that worries me, right? It's gonna be, the war with them is gonna be long. They're allied to this big Somalia that was formed by Adal too. So I don't know. And look, everything is stated. Everything is stated that they have. These guys are nutty this game, bro. And I haven't seen like any of those events where like Ottoman Decadence or the Pashas or whatever, or the Janissaries. So we'll see, man. We might have to be the ones that start their collapse. Actually, Austria's back to being the emperor. When did they get re-elected, bro? Everyone was voting for me. And everyone is voting for me. I never had like no heir. Oh, actually, I did just get an heir. I guess it was during the point I had no heir. Weird. Oh, our capital moved automatically to Rome when we formed Italy. I thought it wasn't automatic. A really good thing to do here would be to wipe out the Pope while we're the Curia controller, because sometimes, very rarely, these guys do not give him a province that he doesn't spawn back. In that case, you can just keep being elected in perpetuity without, you know, the Pope getting involved by investing points as he usually does. Either way, during the last war with the Pope, I did take these 2 missions right here. Now I can take another one, which is Alpine Defenses. Okay, expand the fortifications, skill 3, fort defense guy. Sure. Do we want to do that? Expand the fortifications. That's a noble's privilege, I think. I think we just get rid of strong duchies, man. It's not really necessary, or is it? Whatever. Let's give them increased fortifications. We are doing like a defensive type thing as well. Only garrison size? I thought it was for fort defense as well. Freak that. Or actually, it is. Every one province with ramparts and with a fort. Fort defensiveness, garrison size. Sure. But yeah, man, with all that said, I think it's time to hit France. Let's go ahead and hit them for Nizza right here. I'm going to aim to connect my provinces. We'll probably need 2 wars with them as well because of aggressive expansion. Village Dragon, Poland, Bohemia, Brandenburg, Cologne, Trier, and let's hit them. Alright, so just wrapped up trade ideas right here. I took all of these other policies, you know, global trade power, trade efficiency, the additional merchant, put the merchants in Champagne and in Alexandria, so we're making more bank from trade now. Also, man, what I did was I noticed we could like almost take everything we needed from France. So what I did was I revoked clerical education and the integration policy, which bumped up our absolutism, and then I increased it from like 32 or 33, whatever it was, to this by strengthening government and harsh treatmenting. And now we can take everything we want from France in a single war. It is quite a lot of aggressive expansion, and I will get coalitioned, and we will get over 100 overextension, but I think it's worth it just to not fight France again. So after we're done with this, we'll wait a little bit for a truce with the Pope to expire. We'll hit the Pope, and then we'll have everything we need over here, and then we'll only need like, well, more than 1 war, I think, to take everything we need from the Ottomans. But it has to be done. They are getting some rebels right now too, so they might be in that era where they're weak. It's just gonna be tough. Train of thought, 400 splendor. Maintaining flowering of the Renaissance will only require to be ahead of time in any tech. Okay. And France is willing to accept. So that's everything we need from them. Everything they own in the Genoa and in the Valencia trade nodes. And now, officially, ladies and gentlemen, we have everything we want in at least one trade node, and it's Valencia. And Venice too, actually. And Venice too, I forgot about that. So we only need 2 more provinces in Genoa, and then half of Ragusa and Tunis. But I like that. Let's core all of this up. We're gonna get rebel bombed a little bit over here, but it's not a problem. Let's bring these boys home. All right, it's actually the next day for me, boys, and my truce with the Pope is up. I thought about this when I did it earlier. I made them break various alliances with smaller guys. I thought they could potentially ally bigger guys because of that. And that's exactly what they did. They allied Hungary and Austria, they've re-allied Brittany and Geneva, and they're guaranteed by France. So this war with the Pope right now is going to be super annoying. I don't think it's going to be really that bad because all of these guys are involved in different wars, as you can see here, but it's just going to take way longer than it needs to. Either way, it's something to get done, and it's a nice warm-up for our final war, or final 2 wars, which are going to be versus the Ottomans. So, yeah, let's go ahead and declare. There's our deck for Spoleto. Not even going to call them Brandenburg. They're just going to tank my war score, and they're 3 provinces big. So, let's get it. Second to last nation we're going to fight. Well, the war is done, and would you believe me if I told you Brittany was the hardest one to piece out? Like, Hungary was easy, man. We just walked straight to Pest. Austria was easy, too, because they were involved with Bohemia, which they actually won. France is a pushover the entire game, but Brittany and Geneva, man, these assholes with the level 7 fort, and then Brittany that I had to go through France to get to them. Either way, war with the Pope is done, ladies and gentlemen. There's Avignon, there's Spoleto, and with that, we officially have all of Valencia, all of Genoa, and all of Venice. Perfect. The only thing that's left to do, ladies and gentlemen, in this campaign is to take over the entirety of the Tunis trade node from the Ottomans up to here, and then the entirety of the Ragusa trade node as well. Now this, I've said it many times, this video is going to be super annoying. Now they're in this war with a tiny Ethiopia right now. Maybe they're helping Somalia. Yes, they are helping Somalia. Portugal is involved in that as well. They have 500,000 troops, dude. No manpower, sure, but you know, the way I think we beat them here, man, is obviously our armies. I think we keep these 3, you know, full stacks right here, you know, full back row stacks. And then I think we go like way over force limit with mercs that are just gonna, you know, fall back and siege everything that's behind the main armies, which are gonna push forward. I think I bring in like 2 armies here, honestly, or no, 1 army here and a couple of merc stacks and 2 armies here. The only reason I considered putting 2 here is because I think their armies might be over here, so they might walk over here instead of over here. But yeah, it's gonna be tough. I think we go ahead and core these provinces up now, just like that. Take tech 20, 20, and 20. There we go. Now we got the swivel cannon or howitzer. I think we're gonna go swivel cannon. Combat width did increase to 34, so let's bump this up to 34, 4, 34, just like that. And you know, we'll bring these other guys in, drill a little bit more. I don't think we need to fortify anything else. We got level 6 forts everywhere, so it should be pretty hard for them to push into us. No allies, I don't think. Yeah, Poland actually would come in with the promise of land. Because of attitude, they wouldn't come in. I think I should have favors with Poland by now. Yeah, so I'll make them reduce opinion and prepare for war, and Poland should help out. There might be a little bit of help. Sure, 67k and 81k. Actually, there'll be quite a lot of help. Shout out Poland, man. At this point, I'm also going to start my golden era. The Ottomans have a pretty massive fleet as well. Combat width is currently 60, so maybe we put down like 260 stacks of galleys, which actually we already do have. There we go. We can go ahead and do that. And then combat width on heavies should be, yeah, it's 3 actually engagement width, so 20 heavies. Let's put down 20 heavies. The only thing I kind of wanted to happen before we fight the Ottomans is me getting elected HRE Emperor, but it didn't happen. Austria got re-elected, as you all know. All right, folks, everything is ready. There's only one more mission we can take right here. Complete the Risorgimento, which gives us some very nice bonuses until the end of the game. Super powerful mission. Dev discount, goods produced, prosperity, diplorat, yearly legitimacy, and there's the Roman question as well. So we gain some other nice bonuses, and that's that. Everything is ready. We've got a discipline and a morale of navies guy up. We got this army down here. We got these 2 stacks over here. Then we got the 2 main armies, the 20 heavies right here with the Il Medici war galleon in charge and the backups ready to help out with these naval battles. Everything that can be taken right here has been taken, especially the morale stuff. So there we go. We're going to do that. We are Miltech 20. They are Miltech 20 as well. But at this point, my troops should be more powerful than them. They've got quality and quantity. I've got Pluto and quality. They're, of course, a little bit better. I, of course, have a lot more manpower. So let's go ahead and declare on the Ottomans, ladies and gentlemen. Poland and Lithuania will help us out. So that does even the odds a little bit. And in fact, that puts us pretty, you know, neck and neck with manpower and force limit and stuff like that. We are going to go ahead and do a reconquest for that province right there. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time for either our final or our second to last war, both of which are going to be versus the Ottomans. Let's get it. So this is who I'm fighting. Let me take a breather here. Okay, so far it's looking very easy. We've already pieced out Suez. These guys are on auto siege. These guys sieged everything down over here so we can push them over to Alexandria, crush them in naval battles, crush them in army battles as well, so we're vastly more powerful. Salonik and Constantinople dropped like flies because there's no fort in Constantinople, and Salonik's only a level 2. And like I said earlier, man, the Ottomans don't really update their forts like the European nations do. As you can see, all of these guys are upgrading every single fort. Even Britain is doing ones over in Britain which aren't necessary. So am I, obviously, to keep up. Russia isn't doing it either. So really, these big blobber guys don't ever focus on the forts, and this is of course supposed to simulate the Ottomans like falling off and stuff like that. So yeah, there's another mission in the meantime. Economic liberalism, we can do that. Oh, nice, more dev discounts and stuff like that. You know what, let's go with that one right there. There you go. Let's keep pushing, boys. This might not be as bad as it seems. Frick it, let's get the boy in. Yeah, man, you have no idea how quickly I'm sieging these forts. I don't know if there's a way to see occupied. Yeah, I just occupied it today, but when did I walk in? Like, I don't know. I'll try and keep up of a siege next time. Yeah, I'll show you on Sham or something like that. But oh, actually, these guys can go ahead and peace out Somalia. Peace out Somalia. There's another mission in the meantime. Perfect the Gallius. Very nice. So yeah, Gallius force limit, Navy tradition, ship durability. Sure, I'll go with that. I don't even have them, by the way. Or I don't know. I'm looking at the peace deal now, man, and we can almost take everything we need. I'm just missing Crete right here, which, you know what that means, man. We gotta raise our max absolutism a little bit. It's 50 right now, but we can go ahead and take away strong duchies, for example. Now it's 60, and all I need to do is like harsh treatment a couple of times and stuff like that. You know, strengthen government, harsh treatment a couple of more times, and we will be able to take Crete. Crete right here. Right now I'm at 97. Crete is 5% war score. So yeah, we won't need that much more absolutism. So everything can be done in this one single war, ladies and gentlemen. After that, we'll only wrap it up by annexing Serbia right here, building a couple more buildings for the show off, and we'll get to time lapse and stuff like that. But boys, I'm gonna be real with you. This is easier than it was fighting France or the Pope or Austria or any of those guys. I don't know what I was thinking, man. It's just their inflated force limit kind of worried me. I knew our armies were stronger, but I really thought they'd put up a bigger fight than this. I got these guys on auto siege, these guys on auto siege, these guys on auto siege, and I'm just walking around with these two other guys manually. So yeah, there we go. There's Bohemia, and I'm actually maxing out here. I just got Miltech 21. You know what we do with these other provinces, man? We dev for super cheap. We don't want to have any province below 15 dev at the end, man. We don't want to have any of those. Just pieced out Kilwa, and we can confirm thalassocracy. Wow. A rare decision you can take right there, but it's always welcome. It's always welcome. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Ottoman are already willing to accept, and absolutism has grown enough to where we can take every single thing we want in this war. So let's do another confirmation. Yep, that's all of Tunis. As far as I can tell, that is all of Ragusa and all of the Serbian Korsback. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, there's our final war in this Florence to Tuscany to Italy grand campaign. Done. Feels good. All right, there's another mission that we can take right there, which is across the Pindus. Oof, we let the Pindus talk tonight, baby. Africa, whatever. And let's go ahead and core these provinces up. All of the ones that we can. Integrate Serbia right here as soon as we get relations up with them. Rebuild our forts, you know, do a little more deving in the provinces that the Ottomans neglected, and we'll call it. Are you kidding me? I'm not about to lose the Medicis as I end this campaign, bro. You know, if the AI continued it, I can't let the Vitals box be in charge, so we're gonna take a prestige hit right there. There we go, Serbia has been integrated. Alright, it's like you don't get it. Who the frick is Kinski, yo? No, the Medicis stay in charge. It's like the game is trying to tell me something, you know? So many 3-dev provinces. These Ottomans really were dumbasses, huh, boys? Not deving anything. Look at this. And so suboptimal. Just putting the finishing touches on some buildings right here. Obviously, the Ottomans haven't been doing too much, man. So, yeah, just putting down everything that I want to have put down, you know, re-optimize the forts, workshops, centers of trade, manufactories, churches, marketplaces, you know the deal. And yeah, by the way, it does cost 4 points, for example, to bump up certain provinces. Look how cheap developing is. This is a 20 dev province, Bari, for example, and it's not even like no expand in infrastructure. Let's test it. Bari, 20 development, it costs 6 to dev. If we expand infrastructure, it costs 4, and if we activate not that. Okay, well, still, look at this, man. Look at this. We can take a Bari up to like 30, no problem. Like, we can make the entire Italian peninsula extremely devved. So yeah, I finished developing everything, boys. As you can see, all of our provinces, their lowest amount of dev is 15, and everything in Italy, every single province that's in the Italian peninsula in the region of Italy is above 20 dev, with a lot of them above 30, and it's still so funny to me, man. We're not even like super late game. We're still missing some modifiers, but look at this, man. Ferrara, 20 dev, it costs 4 to dev it. Encourage development, expand infrastructure. It's the lowest thing can go. It can't be cheaper than 4. I'm still, you know, I'm still full on some points here, so I don't know. Let's make Bologna like extremely developed, for example. We don't want to do it above Florence and Rome, though. You know, those are our most prestigious provinces, but we can very easily bump it up to like 40. There we go. It didn't cost anything, man. I love these dev modifiers, but I think it's time we wrap it up. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, our goal for this grand campaign was, as you all know, man, to start off as Florence, form Tuscany, form Italy, conquer all of the Valencia, Genoa, Venice, Ragusa, and Tunis trade nodes, all while building the most tall nation the world has ever seen by doing all of these types of developments and all of these types of construction and upgrading and, you know, stacking modifiers. And as a bonus goal, we also needed to have won the War of the Protestant League. Now, we're in the HRE, man. I somehow joined automatically. I think it's time for us to leave from a roleplay perspective because we don't want to submit to no Germans. We're the Italian Empire. Austria isn't more powerful than us. We are the #2 great power in the world, only behind the Ottomans. And look at how big they are. Look at how big we are, man. A lot of this, boys, trust me, is from developing. Without developing, man, we'd probably be at like 2200 or something like that. So super tall, man. But yeah, that's where we ended up on the great powers list, boys. This is all of our government reforms that we took. We did flip from a republic to a monarchy at a certain point from an event because I thought it made sense, you know, with the Medici staying in power and stuff like that. Obviously, from a min-maxing perspective, it would have been better to stay a republic, but from a roleplay perspective, I think it was better to become, a monarchy. But yeah, these are all of the provinces, man, that we've developed. As we can see, a lot of them super high dev, above 30, above 40, above 20, and we do not have a single province that is below 15 development, man. Not a single one. You know, if we include territories, nothing changes right here because obviously everything I have is stated. We did do some role play culture converting, like maybe the Dalmatians spread a little bit, a little resettling of the Tuscan guys, the Sardinian guys, the Sicilian guys over here. I didn't manage to complete that because we were using points on more important things, and of course because we conquered these so late. But yeah, pretty much almost everything we have has been converted to Catholic. I could wait a little bit more for it to finish converting, but there's really no point in doing that, boys. You know, buildings built literally everywhere, man. Trade depots in all of the center of trade provinces. courthouses almost everywhere, universities almost everywhere, manufactories in all of the high value trade good provinces, workshops in all of the high value trade good provinces. At least, you know, as far as I got, some of these provinces didn't have available building slots, and we're only getting them now after I bumped them up. But yeah, these final provinces that we took from the Ottomans, man, were so underdeveloped. Like Thessaloniki is one of the easiest provinces to develop. It's so cheap right from the get-go. It costs 6 right now, and you know what, let's go ahead and bump it up, man, because, you know, such a grand province really doesn't deserve to be you know, beaten up by the Ottomans right here. We got a gold mine. I bumped it up to 10. Continuing along with the buildings, man, churches, you know, as far as they were relevant, soldiers' households in a bunch of places where we get a lot of manpower. And yeah, that's what the buildings are looking like. This is the centers of trade, all the modifiers in the provinces from the missions in Italy, 100% control over Genoa and Venice, routing everything to Genoa, and anything that can't go to Genoa goes to Venice, which is pretty much only Alexandria. But actually, Alexandria can go to Genoa as well, so let's go ahead and do that. This is our, you know, situation with level 5 advisors. I broke a lot of alliances at the end because everyone was calling me into wars. I really didn't want to get involved in that. That's why our prestige is tanked. This is our income, man. 500 ducats a month, plus 60% goods produced before furnaces, making 53% of our income from trade. Ahead of time in every single tech with 100 innovativeness. Innovative Pluto infrastructure quality trade with quantity. All our income could be increased massively. Economic after that as well. Offensive or defensive, something like that would be nutty. Completed all of the Tuscan mission tree except one mission. A bunch of Italian missions done too. All of these policies active for min-maxing stats right here. Still under gov cap, 32% admin efficiency. Only a couple of more provinces left to convert. Almost 100% crown ownership with the estate still happy and privileges granted. And yeah, man, these massive armies right here, we can build them even bigger now. Of course, I could put up a 4th or 5th stack. Nice combat modifiers, nice morale, nice discipline, decent professionalism as well. We weren't really focusing on this too much, but we still ended up, you know, bumping that up as well. And honestly, I can say this was one of the fun and one of the best tall campaigns I've ever done. I love a small focus on like this where we don't have to blob out too much and where we develop these provinces extremely, especially when they only cost 4 ducats to dev. But yeah, I hope you all learned something during this campaign regarding playing tall in EU4, man. Not just, you know, I'm sure a lot of you were watching it purely for entertainment, but maybe you'll take some of these pointers into account next time you want to do a tall campaign for yourself. But, ladies and gentlemen, with all of our goals accomplished, the only thing that's left to do is to take a look at the time lapse, and after that, we'll say goodbye. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this grand campaign, which was Florence to Tuscany to Italy. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you did end up enjoying it. I'm not just assuming. And of course, let me know what you think about my idea for the Russian grand campaign or any other grand campaign that you would like to suggest. But that's it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.